If you ever take a look through your bank statement, it seems like money is just vanishing, that there's a leak in the wallet or something just isn't right when the math adds up. Now, for you and I, a lot of people feel chronically broke because of money pits that we fall victim to in our regular expenses. Now, of course, everyday habits can really add up in a big way. That is what we're going to focus on this video, ways to cut out some of the chronic expenses and really thinking about these systematically, how you can save money, giving you more money for debt repayment or saving, investing, building up that emergency fund. So let's go ahead and get into this. Starting with our first one is food waste. Now, it's kind of crazy when you think of the food you have in your pantry, when you have it in your fridge, it's like throwing away money. The cost of food has just astronomically gone up. And if you've been to the grocery store, really $100 doesn't buy you much. However, it still shows through the USDA that it's estimated that 30 to 40% of the food supply is waste. It goes uneaten, it goes into the garbage. Now think about this for a minute. If you look at your food bill and let's say 30% of that food bill you have, whether it's $200, $300 every single month, is going into the garbage can, you are throwing a ton of money away. This is where meal prep comes in. Now, of course, meal prepping does take a little bit more time, but if you're going to the grocery store and you know exactly what you're buying, and of those items you're buying, those are items you are going to be using for the meals that you already know that you're going to be prepping through the week. Even if you don't go in and physically prepare the food, you have all the ingredients needed to prepare the food, making it much easier. And of course, not having to take a multitude of trips back to the grocery store because the impulse spending can be super expensive. When we look at number two, it is cable packages. When you look at the cable bill, when you think of Xfinity, when you think of Wow, when you think of all of the other providers out there, it is an average monthly cost of $217 for approximately 500 channels, which again is kind of crazy when you think of the way that you watch TV and really the methodology behind it. There's no way you're watching 500 channels. You might have 3 to 5 that you could get different places. Now, years ago, we did go ahead and we cut the cord, saving $189 a month. We picked up a couple streaming services. So overall, netting about a $140 gain from us personally cutting the cord. And of course, we are still watching those channels that we watched with cable. We are just watching them now with a digital TV or streaming TV, which makes a really, really big difference. When we get into number three, it is expired makeup and skincare products. Now remember that creams, foundation, things of that nature, they don't last forever. They do have an expiration date. Even though if you're seeing that expiration date and it's past that expiration date, it can be very harmful for your skin. Tossing them out, of course, is going to feel like a waste of money. This is the reason to declutter your cosmetics on a regular basis, making sure that not only do you have them that are not expired, but you're only buying them when they are needed. A lot of people will stock up when there's a sale or you want to get a good discount on it. And ultimately, those products do go unused. Number four, we get into single-use items. When you think of paper towel, plastic wrap, paper plates, disposable coffee cups, all of those things you're buying and throwing away as a one-use item. And even with those, when you think about that, it is very, very wasteful for the environment. Not only is it a constant drain in your wallet because those items always have to be replenished. This is where a lot of the reusable alternatives could be used, especially looking at things when you look at coffee cups, the reusable coffee cups, investing in things like food wraps, travel mugs will pay for themselves very, very quickly when you look in comparison to the single item and the single use items that you do have. Number five is one of my personal favorites, which is unused gift cards. It is kind of crazy when you think of gift cards and when you think of unused gift cards, whether it's tucked away in drawers or it's in a wallet or in an email box somewhere, those gift cards are completely lost money. And for a lot of people, which is kind of crazy, most people do not use gift cards like we think. And especially when it is store specific, it is not used as much as one would think. Now, it is estimated that $3 billion in gift cards go unredeemed every single year. That is a lot of purchasing power that we're leaving on the table. Now, of course, round up, keep track, really manage your gift cards before they potentially expire, or even a lot of gift cards, once they hit that 12-month period, they will actually start depreciating to the point of getting them to a zero balance. We've seen even some of the gift cards that have depreciated by $5 every single month after the first 12 months. So essentially, your gift card balance is all going to go back to the company that you essentially gave the gift card through, and now it has no value. Looking at number six, neglecting warranties and insurance. Now, this is a part where I feel like a lot of people don't really understand extended warranties on appliances, homeowners insurance, renters insurance. You never know what is going to come down in really the unexpected version. We really don't look at the fine print for a majority of us. If I ask people, what does your warranty cover? What is your insurance policy? Most of those people are not going to know and have not and do not have an answer. But then when it comes to costly repairs to a home or an auto loan, what exactly is covered in those policies? What is covered with those really nuts and bolts? Number 7, it gets into the FOMO, the fear of missing out, driven entertainment. Entertainment is super expensive when you start looking at apps, when you start looking at streaming services, not only the cost of them themselves. So when you think of having Netflix, having Apple, having, so many different streaming services can really put a big, not only strain on your budget, but it also puts a really big strain on your time. That time could be used in a lot of more productive ways. I know a lot of people like to watch TV, they like to relax, but overall, the time that is invested in it, you could do something different. And also with the big FOMO part, when you think of a lot of people that want to participate in social events, checking out new restaurants, seeing all the new hype for the movies that are coming out, especially Wolverine and Deadpool, naturally, it is a natural instinct. You don't want to miss out, but this can really lead to overspending when it comes to trying to budget and trying to make sure that you do live within your means. Number 8, we get into overpaying for phone and internet plans. This is another one. When I see phone plans, when I do the financial counseling, when I see phone plans that are $200, $300, $400 a month for a phone plan, I really wonder what are they getting and what are they really benefit for. If you've been with the same subscriber for a number of years, possibility you could get it cheaper elsewhere. If you're with Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, any of those, shop around. Don't be afraid to renegotiate your bill. See if you can get the same services for lower. And of course, most of these companies are very, very big on not only acquiring new customers, but also the retention of what you have. I actually did this recently with my iPhone. If you guys remember, I had an iPhone 7, was looking for an upgrade. Finally, after bickering and really talking to Verizon on multiple occasions, they called me out of the blue and said, we'll give you an iPhone 15. It's going to run you $100, which you'll pay over 3 years, which is kind of crazy because I'm happy to do it. But I got the new phone for $100 versus paying the $1,600 price tag that they wanted me to pay. Number 9 is another big and pet peeve of mine, late fees and interest charges. When you look at credit card payments, when you look at auto loan payments, library books, everything with a very small fee is what is eating into your budget, what is eating into your ability to really pay this off. When you start thinking of interest, and this is another thing that I've always said is a big challenge to you, see how much interest you're paying in a monthly period. Now, of course, divide that by how much you make an hour. You can even round up or round down, regardless of what you want to do, but you'll have an actual number on how much you're paying on an interest basis on a monthly basis. And of course, you could be saving that money by putting more money, paying down some of those. And late fees are, again, a really big pet peeve of mine. There's no reason that you should be paying monthly fees for checking accounts, late fees, overdraft fees, anything of that. Guys, it's 2024. There's no reason to be doing that at all. Number 10, buying new when used will do. This, of course, is a huge part. Facebook Marketplace, thrift stores, online places, consignment shops, even looking at used vehicles. Honestly, there's not a really big driving force to buy brand new. When you look at secondhand things, a lot of times you can cut the cost of them 30%, 50%, 70%, or even more depending where you are, and really change your shopping mindset. It doesn't have to be brand new. And if you are buying brand new, make sure it has value. That's one of the biggest things. When I start looking at some of the nicer retailers, the quality of the product for a lot of parts are there, some of them not so much. So make sure you know exactly what you're buying and what is the price tag that you're running behind there, and also what is it going to cost you in your budget. Now, number 11, healthy snacks and drinks. Trending wellness drinks, fancy protein bars, packaging healthy snacks do come at a very, very big premium price. If you look at Whole Foods, if you look at homemade snacks, they are often a lot more cost efficient and they are a lot more healthier than we see with some of the alternatives. The thing is the marketing. When you start looking at the commercials, when you see the infomercials, when you see the Facebook ads, a lot of things really give you the illusion of health, even though they might not provide the benefits that you're thinking they do. And of course, it comes with a really big price tag because they know exactly how to sell that with the marketing that they have. Number 12, we get into extended warranties on your low risk items. These are very tempting to purchase. And if you've been to Target, if you've been to Walmart, everything comes with a replacement plan. Even interesting enough with buying video games. So we bought some Switch games. Switch games have like a $4.99 repayment plan. So if something happens to it, they will actually give you another one for $5, which again, the insurance on here, I don't know how often video game cartridges or anything are going bad, but everything where I bought a cord for my phone and it said they wanted a $3.99 protection plan if I wanted to add it to my cord for the next 12 months. It's kind of crazy, but companies are making a ton of money. Retailers are making a ton of money when it comes to the profitability of selling these warranties, because most people are not going to track it. Most people are not going to replace anything, which means they are just taking your money, and that is exactly what they get. Number 13, expensive haircuts and salon services. I know it's always good. It's a luxurious experience to go in, treat yourself, very straightforward. But when you start looking at haircuts, color treatments, manicures, you can be spending hundreds of dollars. And again, this is something I do through the financial counseling process, that I see people that are spending hundreds of dollars in just maintenance that cannot afford it. Research your options. There's a lot of better ways. There's a lot of beauty schools. There's a lot of things that you can get at a significant reduction, even if you do it, by yourself or you're doing it a la carte. There's a lot of services that you need, not only that you can acquire home beauty skills, but a couple of different ways that you can. YouTube, great source if you want to do it yourself. And again, doesn't come with that massive price tag. And the last one that we look at is not weatherizing your home. When you start looking at money literally leaking out of your house, drafty windows, leaky faucets, inadequate insulation, really just costs you money. They drive up the energy bills, forcing you to essentially cost more for the heating and cooling system. If you've looked, they are about $7,000 to $15,000 to replace an HVAC system. Doing a little bit of winterization, even DIY, going through, like a Lowe's or a Home Depot, incredibly budget friendly. Do it yourself, caulk around the drafts in the windows, installing weather stripping, a lot of different ways that you can actually save a considerable amount of money when it comes to really breaking it down with exactly what it is. So, all right, guys, so that is going to break it down with 14 money tips that can make you and do make you chronically broke. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.